We are live on Facebook. Take it away, Paul.
Oh, hi, everybody. Welcome to the PMN Song and Story Swap for this early time of day. And we have here, let me see, I don't have a big gallery. Let me make it bigger so I can see everybody. Who's here? Oh, my goodness, look at all these people. I guess I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, about 13 people. Hi, everybody. I'm just going to say your name, and you can unmute yourself and just say hi and answer my questions if you think they're reasonable. Steve Siegelbaum, where are you coming to us from?
I'm coming to you all from the Bronx, where it's as hot and humid a summer as it's ever been in my long memory.
Okay, well, I think you're not alone in in having that experience. Welcome aboard. You can mute yourself now. I'm just going across my list. We have Nell, Levin, who's unmuting herself unsuccessfully so far. Nell, Levin, are you here? Oh, I can unmute you. I can't unmute you. All right. Well, hi, Nell. Nice to see
Hi,
you.
Nell. Hi there. I'm Nell,
Ah.
and this is my partner, Michael, and we're coming to you from Nashville, Tennessee.
Woo! All right.
That's
You're
it.
obviously rich, famous songwriters.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Great.
That's why we're doing this, because we're so rich. That's
This
what all the rich songwriters do.
Well, welcome aboard.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Good to
You'll
be
have your
here.
day. You can mute yourself. And we're going to say hi to Robert Brashear. Robert, you related to Chris at all?
So you can mute yourself.
Chris Brashear?
Probably, but not
Great.
not that I'm aware of.
He lives up here in Pioneer Valley. Where are you coming from?
Harlem,
Okay. So how are things in Harlem?
very hot, very hot,
Oh, you mean
but
similar to
very
the
lively
Bronx?
too. It's a great place to be. Yeah.
I'll bet. Well, so glad you're here. We're going to go next. I wonder if other people have the same order that I have. I have Steve, Nell, Robert, now Rick, Ward. Does anyone else have the same order I have? No? Yeah? I wonder how random that is. Rick, can you demute? You're in your car as usual, but we can't hear you because you're muted.
There we
Ah.
go.
There you go. Nice hat. And where's your car parked?
Well, right now I'm over in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, back at my old stomping grounds.
It's Pittsfield. Do you live in Pittsfield?
Well, I lived in Pittsfield I lived in western Massachusetts for almost 20 years. I've been further south now. My sister lives down that in Rosendale way, but I come up here often to visit friends and to work. So
Nice.
in the neighborhood, yeah.
Well, glad you checked in.
Yeah.
You can mute yourself, and we're going to go to Steve Deasy.
Okay.
And Steve, you look very thin today. It's an interesting camera. I don't know what's going on with the picture,
Well,
but
I am getting thinner.
maybe you've just lost a quadrant.
Yeah, maybe.
Nice
So,
to see you.
Yeah,
You're-
it's good
you're
to
in-
see you too, Paul. I'm coming to you all from Windsor, Ontario, and it's a scorcher here too. Probably, 31, 32 degrees, or 80, 87 for you, New Yorkers. But yeah, it's hot here too. At least for here, it's hot.
All right.
But it's good.
Right. Well, we're all among friends, and our hearts are warm as well. What can I say? Something else stupid, maybe. I see someone whose name is Ruth Billings, who maybe not Ruth Billings.
I'm Don Billings. I'm on Long Island, New York,
Where in Long Island?
East Northport. Where are you,
Wow.
Paul?
I'm in Amherst, Massachusetts, but I met my wife in Huntington
Oh,
50 years ago. So is it hot and humid in East North? Is it North
yeah, it's a
Eastport or East Northport?
little drizzly today, very warm.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Yeah, I think I see a pattern here.
How's my sound? Is my sound okay?
Your sound is really good, and you
Okay.
have the most books of anybody behind
Am
you.
I
So
supposed to turn off original sound?
when you sing, if you should sing with original sound
I'm
on.
not going to sing. I'm doing a poem.
Yeah, don't turn off original sound. Keep original sound on. So if it says turn off original sound, you're good.
Yeah, except that if he's
Oh, it
just
says
speaking,
turn on original sound.
leave it the way it is because you don't want to.
Good advice, everybody.
I
You gave him
think just speaking, it doesn't
opposite
matter.
advice.
Thank you very
Just
much.
speaking. If it's just speaking, you don't need original sound.
Okay, good.
But you do need to mute right now, and you can have whatever sound you want when you're muted. I see Roy Gamse.
Oh, yeah.
How do you say that?
Gamse, hi. We're here from
Gamse.
Arlington, Virginia, right across the river from Washington, D.C.
You're very softly spoken right now. Is there a way you can make it louder?
I can
Just
only
get closer.
get closer and talk louder, okay?
Get closer. Yeah.
Close is good.
We're in
Close is
Arlington,
really good.
right across from Washington, D.C.
Okay. You're still very soft, so if there's a way to get even closer, but if not, you'll just have to be loud. And we can turn up our output too. All right. Welcome from Arlington.
Well, I just wanted to step in here because it's 4:02, so I think we're going to get this show started. I want to thank you, Paul Kaplan, for welcoming everybody in.
Hi, Patricia.
No, it's like good humor, getting us all in the same space together. Paul Kaplan is a steering committee member of the People's Music Network. And I'm wearing a PMN shirt that Jill Friedman gave me, actually. It says, I think Jill is watching, I think, on this Facebook Live. Hi, Jill. This was from the 2002 PMN gathering in North Carolina, in Asheville. It's got a little quote from I'm with you in spirit, keep on singing, Pete Seeger. I actually first came to PMN in 2005. I serve as the executive director. I've been in that role since 2013, and it's really been a pleasure to serve this organization. We are the People's Music Network for Songs of Freedom and Struggle, and since the pandemic began, well, I should say, at least since March of this year, which is a little different than when the pandemic began, but pretty close. We've been creating a consistent, vibrant online space for sharing music that is about social change and peace and justice, which is related to PMN's mission. We are a diverse community of performing artists, activists, and allies. We use music and poetry and other art forms as catalysts for a just and peaceful world. That's us. Our membership is growing a lot. We've been doing these events to really engage members of the network in sharing this music, and that's what we're here to do. We've been using this online platform to do it, and we've got a bunch of interesting events coming up. You can check out peoplesmusic.org. There's a lot more events that are in the works that are getting planned and are going to be announced really soon. We actually have one event that's coming up that I really want to point out to songwriters, and that is actually coming up on. I'm going to pull it up here. It's called Grain of Salt, and it is a workshop for songs in progress. So if you're a songwriter and you want to find feedback from a community of peer songwriters, this is a workshop format that we borrowed really from Summer Songs, which is a project that David Roth, a wonderful songwriter from the Cape Cod, has been developing, and so we focus on songs of social change, political songs in progress. And as I pull up this thing on the website, I'll just tell you that the facilitators are going to be Charlie King and Pat LaManna. And this here is the website, peoplesmusic.org. And this is the way it looks. It kind of looks like this. So you go to the main page, and then this is the home page, and then you just scroll down. This is one we're on now, Grain of Salt, workshopping songs in progress. And then it gives you the date coming right up. It is August 17th. What day of the week is that? It is Monday, August 17th. So there's more information up there for anyone who'd like to engage in that process. I know if I had a song in progress, I would want to share it with this community of people because I get so much good feedback from them. That's what we do at PMN. We are supporting one another in developing this craft of music as a tool for social change. All right, that's my main announcement. And that workshop is free to members of PMN. All right. Just a few quick kind of logistical reminders. Hey, right now, share the Facebook event page. I put it into the Zoom chat. If you're already watching the Facebook live stream, why not share it? See if other people would be interested in checking into this music. During the sound check, I heard some great songs that I'm really looking forward to hearing, not just one verse, but the full thing. Lyrics. If you submitted lyrics for this event before it took place, or if you can email it to me during the show, if you want them to be displayed on the screen, I can do a little screen share, and that makes the lyrics real big on the screen. So the audience, they're going to see the lyrics real big, and they're going to see your picture real small. I don't. It's kind of how it goes for the live stream, but that can be kind of a cool thing if you really want people to focus on the lyrics. And also a lot of people make it the other choice, which is to have people focus on the presentation of your presence on camera. And that is a very common choice as well. Just a reminder that each person gets 5 minutes for their performance. There are two different ways that we're also using this event to kind of encourage each other and support one another. And one of them is that I'm going to ask the second person to comment on the performance of the first person. And then the first person, who in this case is Steve Deasy today, he's going to be our first performer. He'll actually have the opportunity to comment at the very end of the program on the last performer. And this is just a way of kind of creating a circle of appreciation where we say something that's true, something that's heartfelt, something about our own experience, about how we received the song. And we do that right before we perform. This is an idea, I think Dilson Hernandez came up with it when he led a song swap that was themed around artists against racial oppression. And it was artists doing hip hop and spoken word music. And it just really spoke to me. And since we've started using that idea, a lot of people have just been enjoying that as a way to just kind of like make it really clear that this is an event about listening to the song, and it's not like just singing into the ether. We're actually singing to people that are receiving it, even though we're limited in how we can really be present with each other on the Zoom format. But one other thing that we can do, which isn't in some ways as beautiful and heartwarming as hearing a full room of applause, but what we can do is write text into the Zoom chat that actually expresses, again, heartfelt, true things that are positive. Grain of Salt is the workshop we have for peer feedback, or for peer critique of songs. This is less about critique, although we do have a space for that because that's an important piece. This is about support, actually. That's kind of what we're doing here. All right, so that is my spiel. I really thank you all for listening to it. With that, I want to kick it over to Steve Deasy, coming in from Ontario. Steve, would you unmute yourself and tell us a thing or two about where you're coming from in your song?
Okay. Again, I'm coming from Windsor, Ontario, but I'm newly landed here. I've lived in New England and Pittsburgh and Detroit most of my life, but I'm a Canadian permanent resident now. So the song I'm about to do, I just wrote it Wednesday, and it's based on the title idea came from the term money grubbing scum, which is generally attributed to David Letterman because that's what he was calling the TV and Hollywood producers and everything during the writers' strike, when he thought the writers' union made a pretty good offer. But to me, it seemed to be a crying out for a song, and then it needed to be like an Irish, partially because I'm Irish, but partially because it just seemed to lend itself to doing it in a pub with a whole bunch with pints and a whole bunch of people, similarly minded people. So this, and I didn't post the lyrics because I'm going to actually bring it to the workshop perhaps and get feedback. So I didn't want to put it out there on a first draft without the feedback and then have it, going around. So this is to the tune of Rising of the Moon. This is called Money Grubbing Scum. So come.
Hey, Steve, do you want to just double check that you got the original sound enabled? Just a quick double check. It should say turn off original sound in your upper left.
I had it enabled and then it became unenabled.
Happens all the time. No problem. Thanks so much. Looking forward to this.
So come life a bitch, my workers make a pauper's wages while I make a tidy sum. CEOs and billionaires are money grubbing scum. Oh, they're money grubbing scum. They're all money grubbing scum. CEOs and billionaires are money grubbing scum. Now they tell me corporations are really people now, and they buy up politicians who do their bidding with a bow. For if you want to get elected, well, it takes a king's ransom. It's hard to get elected without the money-grubbing scum. Oh, the money-grubbing scum. Yes, the money-grubbing scum. It's hard to get elected without money-grubbing scum. Oh, they say our system is the best, but they cannot tell us why. They mean that it's the best system that big money can buy. Trillions spent on corporate welfare while the people just get crumbs. Government against the people for the money-grubbing scum. For the money-grubbing scum. For the money-grubbing scum. Government against the people for the money-grubbing scum. Listen up, you in the White House and up on Capitol Hill. We'll take it to the streets if you don't hear and do our will. We've got pitchforks, we've got torches, and to Washington we'll come. And we'll rise up against power and the money-grubbing scum. Oh, the money-grubbing scum. Yes, the money-grubbing scum. We'll rise up against power and the money-grubbing scum.
Yay, yay, yay. And this is our visual applause and gallery view on Facebook. So again, if you don't want to be seen, feel free to stop your video, but feel free to offer that visual applause as well. Thank you very much, Steve. Very fun. I just want to invite now our next performer, who's Jan Luby from Rhode Island, to unmute. Is Jan here? I'm sorry, I didn't double check first. Oh. Well, I hope that we see her soon. I am going to move along to Roy Gamse from Virginia. Roy, would you please give some love and encouragement to our friend Steve Deasy?
I just posted in the chat room, thought the song was clever and made me laugh. I hope I can stop laughing before I sing my song. There's no laughter involved whatsoever. But it was great. Okay, I'm from Arlington, Virginia. A lot of focus these days on civil rights and particularly voting rights. Takes me back to the 60s with the civil rights movement in Alabama. I've written several songs about martyrs of the civil rights movement. This one's about Viola Liuzzo. She was a white mother from Detroit who answered the call from ministers in Selma to come down and help with the Selma-Montgomery March. And it's actually written from the perspective of her children, and it's partially including their own words from various articles that have been written. Mom went down to Selma, she was on her way. She said the people need the vote today. Said we can't sit back and watch people suffer. We can't shy away when the going gets tougher. Dad said to her, they're black, you're white. Mom said it's a fight for human rights. Never gonna see you again, I cried. Let me go in your place, I don't want you to die. Dad said, it's not your fight. Mom said, it's everybody's fight. We've all got to go and do what's right. The Klan thought they took my mother away, but she's alive there when they vote today. She drove down to Selma to fight for the cause. She joined the march against the Jim Crow laws. That night she drove a black volunteer when the Klan shot her dead, the worst of my fears. At her funeral, Martin touched my hand, said, your mom was a hero, one day you'll understand. I understand now, but then I just felt lost. The war was won, but our family paid the cost. Dad said, it's not your fight. Mom said, it's everybody's fight. We've all got to go and do what's right. The Klan thought they took my mother away, but she's alive there when they vote today. I know she was a hero, but some kids were cruel. They yelled and threw rocks as I walked to school. Nasty pictures in the mail, crank calls on the phone. Dad drove me to school, God guards for our home. Martin's son said at a Montgomery dedication where his dad couldn't have gone due to segregation. He made me proud as we spoke to each other. Now we're here together cause it's because of your mother. Dad said, it's not your fight. Mom said, it's everybody's fight. We've all got to go and do what's right. The Klan thought they took my mother away, but she's alive there when they vote today. Yeah, she's alive there when they vote today.
Yay!
Roy, what's the name of that one?
That's the saga of Viola Liuzzo.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So I want to ask Paul Kaplan to step up in a minute and to share some appreciation with Roy. Thank you, Roy. I also want to say I just realized that a little mistake that I made was in the timing for this event. So we this is the first time we're doing well. We used to do the events all the time in like 7:30 was usually the start time. And then this one we said, let's do a little bit earlier, see how that time works. So we're at 4. And a few folks might have missed it on the announcement because the Facebook event that went out said 7:30, which was just a relic from the before. And we're actually doing this from 4 to 6. So I apologize for that mistake. I just corrected it on the Facebook event. But spread the word. We're doing it now. All right, Paul, tell us about Roy.
Well, when I saw the title, I was prepared to be sad because it's a really sad story. But it was really good to find out that it was very hopeful and positive by the end, and that's not easy to do. And it was really impressive, really, really well done. I remember well hearing that news and how tragic that was. But you really brought it to life. So thanks, Roy. So this song is a week old. I subscribe to the People's Music Forum, whatever you call that, listserv. And that morning, Johanna Halbeson, for whom I have a lot of respect, said, when's somebody going to write a little boxes about Zoom? And it hadn't really occurred to me, but 2 hours later, I had a song. And so I put that up on Facebook, and people seem to like it. It's now on YouTube, Little Boxes 2020, Paul Kaplan, if anybody wants to see it. So I went with the idea, the rhyme where she said little boxes all the same, and I decided to stick with the aim throughout with that rhyme. So we have a lot of verses with your picture with no frame. And as I look at you, you do have a bit of a frame, but let's say it's awfully minimal. So, so the song goes like this. And I don't know, Ben, if you're going to put the lyrics up, it doesn't really matter that much to me. I got them in late. So I'm reading them right here.
Oh yeah, I will go ahead and do that as you get going. Sorry about that.
It goes like this. Little boxes on computers, little boxes full of moving heads, little boxes, little boxes, little boxes with no frame. We're all trying to stay healthy with a total lack of leadership. There's one blockhead to zoom in on if you're wondering who's to blame. And we try to pay attention, but we're busy counting nasal hairs on the boxes, little pictures with no frame. This is how we meet each other, and the world sees our messy living rooms, or the part that we just cleaned up, 'cause we have a sense of shame. And somebody's dog is barking, and her husband is in his underwear, and don't ask what she is wearing just below that missing frame. Someone else who left their sound on now is using the facilities, but thank God there is no video, just a gray box with their name. And we're zooming every morning, and we're zooming every afternoon. We're so busy getting dizzy watching pictures with no frame. When this horror show is over, and again we're three-dimensional, we'll no longer be in boxes, but we'll never be the same. That's it. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Back to Ben, who is still muted.
Not learning that behavior changes. You know, I've got like millennia of years of evolution behind me saying you just open your mouth to start talking. You don't have to press a button first. That's a thing we all have, you know. It's kind of built into us, and now there's like a button you have to press first. What? I will go ahead and post those lyrics to the link, the bit.ly link, which is in the I posted it in various places like the live stream, so that people can actually, like, after this event, go back to the lyrics and maybe sing these songs again, because they're really quite enjoyable. So thank you for that. I'll do that right now, Paul. Thanks a lot. So Steve, it's all you. Tell us about Paul's song.
I'm going to tell you what I think is obvious. Number one, he picked a song which I think is a great, great original. I mean, Malvina Reynolds at her best. And yet he kept a high standard. The words he wrote fit beautifully with the song itself, with the melody and the rhythm of the song. And those images are just great. I was either smiling or laughing throughout the song. It was just wonderful, Paul. So Ben, can you put that photo that I sent up on the screen?
Yes, I can do it. I'm going to do it right now. And actually, I just want to also remind folks, this is a little trick, is if you need that photo to be shared from my screen, make that be like the first thing you say, even before you comment on the previous performer. And just because it takes me a little bit of time to get it set up, not a big deal, all good. It's back to you, Steve.
Okay. And while you're doing that, I'll show you this t-shirt of mine, which actually got in Cuba. And I mention that because today, August 13th, is the 94th birthday of Fidel Castro. I know this is not Fidel, this is his compadre day, but I think I'm celebrating Fidel's 94th birthday today. So this song is not inspired by Fidel, but rather it was inspired by the guy who's on your t-shirt, Ben, Pete Seeger, and his wife, Toshi. I don't know how many of you listeners and participants have been to the Clearwater Festival, the Hudson River Clearwater Festival over the years. But June 2013 was the last time I ever saw and spoke to Toshi, because she would pass away about a month later in July 2013. And it was the Sunday afternoon, and Pete and Toshi came up on one of those golf cart, and they came to hear a performance by Tom Chapin, as it were, and they sat down sort of on the side of the stage, and I went over to Toshi and just to ask her how she was, and she smiled and barely audibly said, okay. That was about all she said to me. And then other people started coming over and offering greetings. And I took this photo of the people coming over to say hello. That was, as I say, in 2013. But this song comes from only a couple months ago. And it's called The Forever Dance. And it was inspired by what happened right after I took this photograph. I want to dedicate this to my grandson, who underwent a medical procedure today, and also to a PMN member, Lori Siegel, who many of you know. She also is undergoing a medical procedure today, and I'm hoping that both my grandson Nate and Lori come out of this as best as can be. Side by side they sat 'neath the oak tree, late afternoon near the stage. We patiently greeting each well-wisher there, as life came to turn its last page. Then not long before the start of the show, he rose from his portable chair. Taking her hands, he helped her to stand. It seemed they'd be dancing on air. Dance with me, one more chance with me, one more dance together. Dance with me one more round the tree, and we will dance, dance, dance forever. He held her so steady, slowly they stepped. She'd steadied him all those years, and I could discern a smile on her face through my own welling tears. Through dappled shadows in tandem they stepped, precisely she followed his pace. And in close rhythm they circled that tree with nonagenarian grace. Dance with me, one more chance with me, one more dance together. Dance with me one more round the tree, and we will dance, dance, dance forever. I imagined that I saw them waltz round the world and onto the deck of a sloop, with folks of all nations, high and low station, and a cauldron of bubbling stone soup. She carefully choreographed every step, conjuring years from the past, and he fixed his eyes directly upon her, knowing this dance was their last. Dance with me, one more chance with me, one more dance together. Dance with me one more round the tree, and we will dance, dance, dance forever. Though years have gone by, I know they still dance that circle around the oak tree. I swear that forever they'll dance hand in hand and join hands with you and with me. Dance with me, one more chance with me, one more dance together. Dance with me one more round the tree, and we will dance, dance, dance forever and ever.
Yay! Thank you for that song. Thank you for that image. I did manage to get that up there. I want to welcome ELYAS to the stage. ELYAS, welcome. And maybe you can tell us about the song you just heard from Steve.
Hi, Ben. Thank you for welcoming me here. I'm in New York City on Staten Island. I really enjoyed this. I guess I was a little off focus when I first heard him singing, thinking about the topics for today's concert and poetry swap. I thought he was going to sing Dancing with Bears, which is a song I love. And then I thought, well, it's really not a song for what we're thinking about here today. But anyway, so it was very great, very insightful. I enjoyed it tremendously. And I'm so glad I could be here to see it. I know usually I do make it for these events, but anyway, so I have written this song. It started as a song, but so far it's only the lyrics. So I'll read it as a poem today. And that's another reason why I'm wearing the face mask and anything. I live alone here on Staten Island. I'm a senior citizen. I have no nearby family. And so, yes, I'm alone. And it's, I guess, what many of us feel. You don't need to be old. You don't need to be without family. But so many are sick and dying. And tragically, that's what we face today. So I was thinking the distress, the depression, the misery we feel. And so this is what I call, as I mentioned before, so many are sick and dying, which sounds tragic, but it is the truth today. And I hope you enjoy it and don't get too sad. I'm all alone. Yes, all alone. I'm sitting here by myself. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. Whatever will happen to me and to you. It happened in spring. No one knows anything, but so many are sick and dying. We all try to cope, but quickly lose hope, and so many are sick and dying. Where it began, no one really knows. Still, so many are sick and dying. To mother I say, to father I pray, why are so many sick and dying? I'm all alone, yes, all alone. I'm sitting here by myself. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. Whatever will happen to me and to you. I still feel fine. I really don't know why. When my friends and neighbors are sick and dying, I just want to cry. I wring my hands and ask, why are so many here sick and dying? We're all out of work, no money, no luck. We're thankful we're not sick and dying. We've got masks on our faces. We don't go any places to keep from being one of the sick and the dying. I'm all alone, yes, all alone. I'm sitting here by myself. There's nowhere to go, there's nothing to do. What will happen to me and to you? We stay 6 feet apart. We wash our hands and stay alert to help everyone from being sick and from dying. Still, we must keep asking why we bother to try to keep from being one of the sick and the dying. Will there be a day? Will we find a way? Will we survive this together? Why? Why? We will never, ever know why. It started in spring. No one knew anything, but so many are still sick and dying. We all tried to cope, but we all quickly lost hope. And yes, they are sick. And yes, they are dying. And still they are sick and they are dying. I'm all alone. Yes, all alone. I'm sitting here by myself. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. Whatever will happen to me and to you, whatever will happen to me and to you. Thank you so much for listening to my poem. And I wish you all great success through this time that we're together. Thank you.
ELYAS, thank you so much for that powerful poem.
How long we're going to be facing this tragic pandemic, I don't know. But together, united, marching someday, hopefully, down a street or a highway or a byway, arm in arm together, singing, reciting poetry, whatever we can do to support one another. We will make it through. We will survive into the future. Together united, we will survive. So thank you all so much for being here today. And thank you certainly for listening to me.
Thank you again. Yeah, and you know, both thank you for the powerful, moving poem, and also the reminder that this is a song and poetry swap, actually. So, Larry, this is your first PMN song and poetry swap, I believe. Yes. Welcome to it. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing fine. I do want to share the lyrics if there's a way for you to do it. I just say that to you up front. And
thank you.
I want to just say that I thought ELYAS's poem was very powerful. And thank her for that. Yeah, this is my first time doing this, as you will soon all appreciate. Is the sound okay, Ben?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, let me hear the guitar. Yeah, you're doing fine.
Okay, this song is I wrote this song about 2 or 3 weeks ago. As I mentioned to some folks yesterday, I've been I have to say, you know, after working for close to 45 years to try to make change, it is somewhat disappointing to see where we are right now. Although I am an optimist. And I believe that we just got to keep going and play the hand we're dealt. And this song is really about that. And I would, if folks can use it, I'd love it to get used. It's about the president. It's called Let's Send Him Packing. My parents started teaching me when I was barely 2. You stand up for what is right in everything you do, and try to live your life each day by the golden rule, and don't let yourself be led around by any talking fool. So it's hard to see each morning what's really going down. Raging pandemic, people dying all around, and a president who doesn't care a whit about you or me. Everything is all about him and Robert E. Lee. We should send him packing, tell him don't come back again. He's just a con man, and And it's all too clear he can keep his mouth shut while we do the cleanup, 'cause we got a real lot of work to do. Now if you think that votes don't matter, we'll just turn on your TV. We've got a clown for president who thinks that he's JC. Are you tired of his circus act and corrupt stupidity? Then let's vote in this election and change our destiny. We can send him packing, tell him don't come back again. He's just a con man, and it's all too clear he can keep his mouth shut while we do the cleanup, 'cause we got a real lot of work to do. I had a dream it was 100 years from now. The kids were learning history and what Trump was all about. They taught it as a wake-up call in our country's distant past, and that the folks who love democracy, well, they finally kicked his, and they sent him back in, and he didn't come back again. He was just a con man, and it was all too clear, and we did the cleanup, and we got our country back, but it was a real lot of work to do. So let's send him packing, tell him don't come back again. He's just a con man, and it's all too clear he can keep his mouth shut while we do the cleanup, 'cause we got a real lot of work to do.
Bravo! Thank you.
Thank you.
Larry, welcome to your first PMN song swap. So glad to have you, and thank you for bringing that song to us.
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
Good.
Thank you.
Great. Well, Patricia, Shannon from Georgia, one first-timer commenting on another first-timer. Welcome to you as well. Patricia, feel free to unmute yourself. We'll find you here.
Okay.
Hey there.
Yes, can you hear me?
I hear you. Yeah.
Do I need to adjust my? Okay, I've got my microphone. I have the lyrics to put up there. If you can do it.
Yeah, I can do it. Not a problem at all.
Yeah, I loved Larry's song. It was just right, spot on. Agreed with everything. It was well written. I don't understand people who still support that person, Trump. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing more from Larry. This is my first time. I only learned about PMN, I think, earlier this year. So happy I found it.
Cool. I'll go ahead and share your lyrics.
Thank you. Okay. Let me know.
So they're up now, so feel free to give us the song.
Okay. What kind of job is important? And this is one of the few songs I've written where I knew what it was going to be about before I started. Usually my songs become about because of some phrase that comes to me and it forces me to write a song using it, and it kind of grows like Topsy. But this is one of the songs I wrote that I had a purpose to. And I'm doing it a cappella because I don't have a lot of room here for my keyboard. What kind of job is important? What do we really need? What is it we cannot live without? Not just an expression of greed. We need food and water, shelter from the cold. The farmer, the plumber, the carpenter are far more important than gold. Those who have been through the tunnel, seen the light, then return to our shores, tell us helping each other and always be learning. That is what we are here for. That is what we are here for. And no one returns from the other side to say that our value is shown by the size of our stock portfolio or the number of cars that we own, the number of cars that we own. Some people think they're important because they sit at their desks all day, making money by moving money around in a circular way. But what good is money if there's no one who can buy, and no one to fix the power lines or the pipes when the water runs dry? Those who have been through the tunnel, seen the light, then return to our shores, tell us helping each other and always be learning. That is what we are here for. That is what we are here for. You see, no one returns from the other side to say that our value is shown by the size of our stock portfolio or the number of cars that we own, the number of cars that we own. And the chorus comes from people who have studied near-death experiences and what a lot of people report about what they saw. And the only people were reporting about how people would come back and say they were given a message to help other people and to learn. And I noticed that that's not usually mentioned now because people don't want to hear that. All they want to hear is that, oh, there's life after death and somebody loves you, and they don't want to hear that something's expected of them. So, and I'm wondering why I put on one of those green backgrounds and it's not working.
Over the virtual background, we can work on that at the next tech run through. We do little tech orientations before each one of these swaps so that we can focus on the technology during that time and focus on the songs during this time. Thank you so much for coming on.
It worked at the tech background, but it's not working now.
We'll have to look at that again sometime. Thank you for coming on. I really appreciate you sharing that song, Patricia.
Thank you.
I want to welcome. Gosh, I put like 3 first-timers in a row. Michael and Nell Levin from Tennessee. Welcome to PMN. Say hello. Tell us some love for our previous performer.
Well, I got one. You know, I picked out that the lesson, we're only here to learn. That's very powerful. And some of the song reminded me of the movie Flatliners, if you've ever seen that. It's an old Kevin Bacon movie. I recommend. The medical school here plays it every year in their college theater.
Also, I just want to say that one thing this pandemic hasn't done is make us really aware of the essential workers, that we have neglected for so long. Suddenly they're the heroes, and the people in the grocery store and who are low wage, and people are waking up and realizing we can't run our society without these people. So you want to say something about the song we're going to do, and then I can...
Sure. So this song that we're going to do, it's entitled "Boss Called a Meeting," and it's a song that Nell started writing after she read a Time magazine article, actually, about what happened at the Carrier plant up near Indianapolis, where the president and the company managers promised the people that their jobs were not going to be lost, that they were going to, everything would stay in place. And of course, completely the opposite happened. And this has been happening for 40, 50 years in this country. Jobs have been stripped out of this market and sent to other countries.
Yeah, and just wanted to say this song is on our new CD. Here's a picture of it if you can see it. It's called Welcome Home. Just came out a few days ago. And no, we can't see it. All right.
Anyhow, a little shameless self-promotion.
Shameless self-promotion, but we are getting a folk airplay on folk radio nationally, so we just want to let people know. And they like the song, check out our CD.
Yeah, why not? So I know about these situations because I was involved in one probably more than 1 years ago. So, boss called a meeting. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Boss called a meeting, so we had to go. Said they're moving the plant to Mexico. We all heard the rumors, now we know they're moving the plant to Mexico. All I've ever known is the blue-collar life. This union job fed my kids and my wife. I gave them my muscle, gave them my brain. Now I'm knocked to the ground by this runaway train. Losing my job, never felt so low. They're moving the plant to Mexico. How am I gonna pay all the money I owe? They're moving the plant to Mexico. I'm not against the Mexicans, they gotta eat. They're just like us, they're taking the heat. We're all getting burned, that's the way it feels. While billionaires in easy chairs make these deals. Indiana, Michigan, and Ohio, they're moving the plants to Mexico. What'll I do? Where will I go? They're moving all the plants to Mexico. It's not just the money, but the friends I'll miss. I'll see some of the guys from time to time at the bar or the unemployment line. Boss called a meeting, so we had to go. Said they're moving the plant to Mexico. Politicians' promises are all for show. They're moving the plant to Mexico. Politicians' promises are all for show. They're moving the plant to Mexico. All right.
Thank you.
There you have it.
Bravo. Welcome. And thank you also for mentioning your CD. That is totally the right thing to do. If you would be so inclined, you can post into the Zoom chat link the link where people can follow up about the CD and your music, because we are a community of artists that does this.
Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville, Tennessee. Here's another 2 questions. How was our sound?
Pretty good.
Pretty good? Okay, because we've worked like dogs to get this sound like that. You can't believe what we've been going through. The other thing is, just occurred to me, is it possible to post this album on your website, the information about it, a picture of it, on the PMS?
That's a great question. We're going to run. We've had so many people joining PMN, and we're going to do an informational session for new members where we're going to go into some detail about this. Okay. There are a few different things that can happen. I mean, one of the best things we do actually to promote our artists' work is these live shows, which we've got a bunch of people tuned into right now. So post it into the Facebook feed for this particular thing, and then watch out. We're going to do an orientation for new members. But there's a few steering committee members on this meeting right now, actually, who I'm sure are listening and thinking like, oh yeah, what can we do to support our members to help them get their music out? Because that's part of what we do through these forums and others.
Okay,
so
thank you for that.
I'll also send you guys a link about some of the information about membership that we do have posted already on the website. There's every member has a profile and so forth. Part of what we need to do is have more people search those music profiles, because people post their website and everything about their music, Facebook page, etc., etc. So, great question.
Thank you.
All right. Well,
Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Okay, so we are moving right along. Mark Hecker was unable to make it, so we are going to go to Paul McKenna from Corvallis, Oregon. Paul McKenna, how are you?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
I hear you. Yeah. So tell us some love for Michael and Nell.
Oh yeah, that was really a cool song. I was trying to realize what that tune was. It sounded a lot like the Erie Canal. But anyway, it was very effective, and the sound was good too. So just so you know, your work paid off there. Okay, but thank you. That was I really enjoyed that. So I'm going to sing a song I shared at the last song swap, but during that song swap, Joel Landy had a good suggestion, so I took him up on that suggestion. So the tune of the song is Sweet Little 16 by Chuck Berry, which was rewritten by the Beach Boys, or stolen, if you will, as Surfin' USA. And if you remember Surfin' USA, it's got a part in the chorus that says, it goes inside, outside USA, inside, outside USA. So Joel's suggestion was, hey, you need to add a line that goes with that part. So I said, yeah, that's a good idea. I had to think about that. So I came up with something on that. So, and that becomes like an audience participation part. So even though you're all on mute, I thought it would be fun if all of you folks who are listening could sing that part. So, Ben, could you put the lyrics up? So there's a part of the song. And this is similar to the Surfin' USA. It's talking about all the places that the virus is spreading. So that's the 3rd, 5th, and 7th section of this song. So while I'm doing those parts, you can go, it goes, please stay inside USA. Don't go outside USA. Please stay inside USA. Don't go outside USA. Please stay inside USA. Don't go outside. And then you cut it off there. So on the 3rd time, you cut it off at outside. So anyway, I thought that would be kind of fun to do that. So here goes. Coronavirus is spreading all through the land. It started with small numbers, but now it's out of hand. The politicians brushed off the public health advice. They hurried to reopen, and now we're paying the price. Nobody has a plan. The ICUs are jammed. We're running out of equipment, and we're undermanned. Trump's incredible failures are nothing short of obscene. And now America is drowning in COVID-19. Here's the part where you go. It started in Seattle, in Brooklyn and Queens, and it showed up in Chicago, and down in New Orleans. Now all over the country, it's a crazy scene. as we struggle to cope with COVID-19. That COVID-19 could really kill you dead. So if you're in denial, get it through your head. It's not a laughing matter. It's not a joke or a game. No matter what your party, no matter what your name. And it's spreading at beaches, in restaurants and bars, at barbecues and parties, in living rooms and yards, in synagogues and churches, in family gatherings. All the people are catching COVID-19. And if you think that wearing a mask is way too much to ask, you might change your mind when the virus kicks your ass, or when your friends and family test positive. It comes down to one question: do you want to live? It's spiking in Miami, and down in Tampa Bay, in Arizona and Texas, and out in LA. It's spreading like a wildfire, doused with gasoline, as America is drowning in COVID-19. And as we're overwhelmed by COVID-19. All right, hope you're all able to join along there. Okay, thanks. I gotta mute myself.
I did that thing again. Yeah, I just was saying thank you so much for that song, Paul, and it was so much fun. And later on, I'm going to sing a song that Paul McKenna and I co-wrote. So I'm a huge appreciator of Paul McKenna's ability to make words scan and make ideas come through in music. So very, very cool. Thank you, Paul. But it's not so much my job to give appreciation and love to all the performers as it is the very next performer, who is Lydia Davis. Lydia, are you here? Welcome, Lydia. Feel free to unmute yourself there. Yeah, hey. You just gotta double check that mute button. Oh, I know, it's even hard for me to find sometimes too. It's not going. Just do it. Try. Yes! There you go. You got it. You made it.
Very clever. Oh my God. I can't believe I got clever. Wow, we have some wonderful new people. Yay. Whenever this COVID virus ends, I would like you to come to Beacon, New York. It is a beautiful place by the Hudson River where Pete and Toshi Seeger used to live. And we have the Beacon Sloop Club for you to sing all these kinds of songs. And they Zoom the first Friday of every month, and they have a Zoom along. So you can write me. As you can see, I sent my email to Lawrence Fox, and I was hoping to get his song. And I'm hoping to hear from that last group. Oh my goodness, you two people. I haven't seen you for a while. All of you are wonderful people. Now I'll be quiet. Should I be quiet and sing my song? Okay, it's not 5 minutes.
Let's hear the song.
It's not 5 minutes long, so you got me to allow to speak praises of the People's Music Network. Okay, do you hear me all right? Yes?
Yes, but I've never heard that accent before.
Why not? Is there a problem? How come you not know me? I've known you all my life.
Welcome, Lydia.
Come to the town crier when it opens. It's getting there. Some are born for home and family. Some are born for wealth and fame. Some are born to chase the dragon, never see their home again. All of us have empty places hiding near our hearts. Some may try to fill them up with love. Some may only know emptiness defines us as we are. Darkness seems to fit us like a glove. Some are born for home and family. Some are born for wealth and fame. Some are born to chase the dragon, never see their home again. Sorrow and her sister pain are always close at hand. Eternity is laughing while we weep. Some choose dreams as remedies for time's relentless hands. Truly happy only when we sleep. Some are born for home and family. Some are born for wealth and fame. Some are born to chase the dragon, never see their home again. All of us remember when we flee away from the autocratic rule. Though we may not have that destiny, I'm here to share my pain with you. Some are born for wealth and home. Some are born to know it well, 'cause home is where we find our heart. Home is where we want to dwell. We will find we want to dwell. Thank you. Thank you very
Lydia
much.
Adams Davis, thank you so much for that song. Beautiful.
Thank you. I would
Beautiful.
like to say that half of it is mine, Lydia Adams Davis, and the other half and the melody is by Smiling Jack Smith. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Rick Ward is next. Rick, please step up to the stage.
All right, all right. Well, that was a beautiful song. Oh my gosh, I love that. Just spot on. It was such a wonderful grace to be able to hear you sing that song for us. I have a brand new song I wrote just about 2 weeks ago, and I'm going to need y'all to help me out on part of the chorus. There's a part where I'm going to say, there's a name for love. That's your part. There's a name for love. There's a name for love. And I'll be singing other things, but I'll need your help to hold that note for me, all right?
Did you want me to share your lyrics, Rick?
Oh, yes, please. Yes. I would like to submit that there's nothing wrong with a good old-fashioned love song during a pandemic. I put this song together about 2 weeks ago during a pandemic, because sometimes after a while you just want to turn off the radio. Then what? You turn to those that you love and say, you know what? I love you. I don't know what's coming tomorrow, but I'm with you. And there are 1,000 ways to say it. Keep on the second fret for those of you playing. Some say love's a mystery. Some say love's plain. love in the distance, some don't see love at all. Some say love's irresistible, and they're bound to keep the call. There's a name for love, do-I, name for underneath the clear blue sky. A name for love, I can't tell you why. Hey, oh, why do I? There's a name for baby, let's go to town. Name for love, sing about Charlie Brown. There's a name for ain't no way to move it up in the stars above. Nothing I can say to prove it, but we all are dreaming of it. Some say love is water, some say love's a flame. Some say love's what you ought to be, and some just can't explain. But it's higher than the mountain, deeper than the blue sea. Way too much for counting and impossible to see. There's a name for baby, won't you dance with me? There's a name for love, I do believe. Name for love, too wide, too high, too deep. There's a name for something like hot cross buns. A name for love, good enough for everyone. There's a name for love, that just don't get the job done. Ain't no way to lose it, way up in the stars. No one can refuse it when it's right here where you are. Some say love's a heartache, some say love is fine. Some say love takes a part of me and lays it on the line. Some say love's a card game, some say love is true. Some say love's the hard way, and some just say I love you. And I can't stop it, help me, I can't stop it. Sure can't top it, sure can't top it. Walk, walk, walk it. Standing in my shoes, I love you, baby. Way over the moon. It's all over the news now. Wait a minute, I don't know what for. All the stuff about true love be knocking at my door. Some say love's amazing, some say love's a pain. Some say love's a blazing fire, but I love you just the same. Some see love in the distance, some don't see love at all. Some say love's irresistible, I'm bound to keep the call. There's a plan for that, about a cool, cool cat. Check out them stats, and I don't mean maybe. Standing in my shoes, my love is way above that silver moon, which is already above the stratosphere. You know that, right? Wait a minute, I love you better than I can say in letters, mashed potatoes and gravy. Baby, I'm telling you, I love you, darling, way over the moon.
Oh, Rick, wow. I can just imagine what that would be like in person, like the whole crowd singing along everything. We're missing that, but we're getting the song. I'm imagining it like I'm singing to myself over here,
right.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, totally. Oh, beautiful. Our next performer is Pine Tree. Pine Tree, feel free to step up to the stage here and talk to us.
Okay, so Rick, that was so cool. Very old-fashioned in a kind of new way, and the musicianship is just over the top, way over the moon. The musicianship is way over the moon. Okay. So thank you for that wonderful song. And this is Steve was talking about Pete Seeger. Steve, that was so beautiful. I was crying. This is a song of Pete's that unfortunately needed updating, and it's still 2 years later. It's still an issue that is just gotten worse and worse. And but if we sing about it, it has a great chorus line, and you probably know it already. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. When we look and we see stolen children in the land of the free, God's counting on me, God's counting on you. And we're counting on you to sing along. For every family torn apart, mother, father with a broken heart, God's counting on me, God's counting on you. May we see this through, may we see this through, may we see this through, me and you. Is it right? Is it wrong to steal a child from a mother's arms? God's counting on me, God's counting on you. For the children who awake, let us not make this mistake. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. May we see this through, may we see this through, may we see this through, me and you. Muslim and Jew, atheist too, many colors in the red, white, and blue. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. And to those who preach hate, every tyrant meets their fate. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. Oh, may we see this through, may we see this through, may we see this through, me and you. What we do now, you and me, will affect eternity. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. Oh, dear leaders, hear my plea. Do not kidnap the land of the free. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. May we see this through, may we see this through, may we see this through, me and you. And I am going to call on the People's Music Network people to sing the chorus. Please join me. May we see this through, may we see this through, may we see this through, me and you.
Bravo! Thank you, Pine Tree. Oh, very cool, very cool. Just getting some comments here about the appreciation for the update here. Our next performer is Bob Bashir, and Bob, would you please step up to the microphone?
Okay, I think I unmuted it, right?
We hear you, yeah.
Okay, cool. As I mentioned in the introductions, I live in Harlem, and I live right between Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Boulevard and Frederick Douglass Boulevard. And during the early days of Black Lives Matter...
Oh, you know, just before we hear about your song, which we're very interested to hear about, do you want to share a little appreciation with our previous performer?
Oh my goodness, yes. I should...
It's a new practice. Don't worry about it.
I had just written in the chat that it has a truly classic sound to it, that traditional classic sound, and it also is inviting in that it's got a chorus that's very easy to catch up on, and it plays that role that we're really working on of creating songs that people can sing together, which is what we really need to keep ourselves sustained during this time. So I would say congratulations for coming up with one that we can all join in and that really speaks about the diversity we're trying to live for right now.
Thanks.
Okay.
Let's hear about your song now, Bob.
Okay. As I was saying, I live between Adam Clayton Powell and Frederick Douglass Boulevard, and during the early days of the Black Lives Matter, there were marches going down the street constantly. And after the second one, and I think before they were over, there was something like 10 had gone on either one side of me or another. But after the second one, I felt like I needed to sort of respond to what was going on around me, and that's what this is about. For the second time this week, I hear the sound of marching feet flowing down the street outside my window. Black Lives Matter, peaceful protest. I hear the sound resound. No justice, no peace. If we don't get it, shut it down. How long, oh Lord, how long? How long must we keep singing this same sad song? How long till we begin to make amends for the sin that's been wrong all along from the beginning? This time's different. It was there for all to see. A black man's life was taken by a heartless need. I truly do believe we must do more than breathe, to hear again those words I cannot breathe. How long, oh Lord, how long? How long must we keep singing this same sad song? How long till we begin to make amends for the sin that's been wrong all along from the beginning? That's been wrong all along from the beginning. A chokehold takes your life by taking away your breath. And in the same way, this virus brings your death. Well, it's occurred to me, has it occurred to you, that race hatred grows like a virus too? How long, oh Lord, how long? How long must we keep singing this same sad song? How long do we begin to make amends for the sin that's been wrong all along from the beginning? That's been wrong all along from the beginning. Now the question is for me, who am I supposed to be? What do I say? Who do I say it to? It's becoming clear to me, it's very plain to see, that this one's on me and it's on you. So I'll call out the man who demands law and order over all, and all who stand with him in the Congress Hall. And I'll sing for the ones who will take a brave knee while the president is silent and black bodies bleed. And I'll sing it to you straight before it's too late. It'll take strong love to drive out this hate. And I feel, yes, I feel that long hard rain is finally starting to fall. How long, oh Lord, how long? How long must we keep singing that same sad song? How long do we begin to make amends for the sin that's been wrong all along from the beginning? That's been wrong all along from the beginning. And until it's gone, we've got to keep singing.
Thank you so much, Bob.
Thanks.
Thank you for that song. Wow. So I want to check in here because we might have a quick switcheroo of the order. Now, is Marcy Boyd on this call right now? It's possible she got the wrong time because we changed the time this time, so that's a possibility. I think Jenny is going to be available right after 5:30. Don Billings, would it be possible if we skipped up to you, even though that might be a little bit of a surprise?
That's fine, Ben.
Thanks. So Don, do you want to say a little to our brother Bob Brashear?
Yes, it's a big question. How long is this going to go on? It's outrageous. The government seems to throw up their hands and say, you know, what can we do? The police kind of back off. What can we do? You know, it's outrageous, the whole country. I think that change is coming, and we're going to see some big changes, I hope. Anyway, I'm doing a poem. I'm Don from Long Island. This was written in 2017. I won't stand for this. You're watching football. It's a great game. And someone's singing, "O'er the land of the free and the home of the brave." In protest, Colin Kaepernick takes a knee. How many times have you stopped us? It was just a taillight. Cop said, I thought my life was threatened. He was reaching for something, for his wallet. Accidental murder for a taillight. Then there's the acquittal. Thought my life was threatened. In the land of the free, I was so brave I shot him 5 times. Perhaps you think it's fake news, but in protest, in this America, Colin won't stand for this. He was big, selling loose cigarettes. He had to be arrested, had to be restrained. He resisted, he couldn't breathe. They said he choked to death for selling cigarettes. In the land of the free and the home of the brave, we all piled on him. Then there's the acquittal. He was big, he had to be restrained. Perhaps you think it's fake news, but in protest, in this America, Colin won't stand for this. Oh, once again, it's a taillight. There he goes, running away. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Cop said he was attacking me. I thought my life was threatened. Then later there's a video. The man was running away. Perhaps you think it unworthy of your concern, but in this America, Colin won't stand for this. Big American football game. Millions are watching. Everyone's standing except the players with the knee down. Or the land of the free and the home of the brave. We think of all the taillight stops. Players think of all the beatings, murders, acquittals. In this America, we won't stand for this. Should we protest? Some people ask, do Black lives matter? Should we stand for this? Would you stand for this? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Don. Thank you for the poem. Thank you very much. Wow, so the timing has been a little interesting with everybody coming and going, but Jenny, are you ready to?
Yeah, Sammy Rosa stopped keying.
Great, nice.
She has virtual taekwondo. That was incredible, Don Billings. Wow, incredible poetry about our times and the Black Lives Movement, but just from a real sincere, real place. I really appreciate it. Okay, so I have a new setup here. I was checking with Ben Grosscup and other people last night, so I'm hoping if my mic sounds good enough and You can hear my guitar and my mic and my loudness. I tried to bounce it all on my bed here.
You're coming through really good. It sounds
good.
really good.
Good. Okay. So this is a song I've been writing for a few days. It's the 75th, as you all know, anniversary of the United States dropping the atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And I was inspired by the concert that PMN had, and I've been writing on this. So it's been, until an hour ago, I was still changing the chords, but okay, here it goes. 75 rides around the sun. Our beautiful blue planet has made its run. 75 years since we played God with the atomic bomb. 75 reasons for this human obliteration. 75 reasons, 500,000 souls by Fat Boy and Baby Boy's detonation. 75 reasons, who am I trying to con? 75 reasons when there is not a one. 75 reasons killing all those grandpas, children, and their moms. In a flash, and the slow death of survivor Hibakusha for generations. 75 reasons for this disappeared population. 75 reasons, 500,000 souls by Enola Gay and Boxcars Killer's sons. 75 reasons, who am I trying to con? 75 reasons when there is not a one. When I was 12 or so, my father left me in my room a copy of Hiroshima by John Hersey. The pages melted with the eyes of the people who look to the skies. To save our young men, the reason given why these paper cranes will never fly. This unspeakable act will not pass. History will not lie. Their government may have surrendered to Harry Truman, but the war in our national conscience goes on and on. Their leaders were wrong to be 1/3 of the Axis, but oh my God, was it because they were Asian? What have we done? 75 reasons for these families' execution. 75 reasons, little boys, little girls, babes in arms. 75 reasons, who am I trying to con? 75 reasons when there is not a one.
Thank you so much, Jenny. Jenny Amanda Hurwitz from New York City. I just want to announce our new order. It's going to be Marcy Boyd from California, followed by Jan Luby from Rhode Island, and then I'll finish with a song myself. So Marcy, go right ahead and take the stage.
Thank you, Ben. I was a little distracted tuning here, so I'm sorry, Jenny. I can't give you the appreciation that you deserve for your song. I will go back and listen to the recording later. So I was going to do Rabo de Nube by Silvio Rodriguez, which I've already announced 3 times that I was going to sing. But I'm saving it for when I can play it really well. So it's probably going to be, you're going to see it on the list every time. You're probably not going to hear it for a few more weeks. And I've decided to just, since the personal is political, that makes almost anything a political song swap. And during a time of pandemic and shelter in place and quarantine, a lot of us are missing out on some of the activities that we most cherish. And so this is a song for these times, which I wrote in 1982. But, you know, things come back into season. Everybody's always singing love songs, turtle dove songs, moon up above songs. Everyone's exclaiming or proclaiming or declaiming on the subject of maintaining a romance. But have they really entertained an impulse to remain restrained when all the world is pulling down its pants? Celibacy, there's something to be said for celibacy. It's nothing to be dreaded, try it and see that you're fun to be alone with. It's not a myth, celibacy. The joys are quite unparalleled-abacy. Something else. Now I'm forgetting the words. It's a hell of a situation. But what a vacation from your pair bond, or your paramour, or your serial monogamy, or your wild oats, or your wedded bliss, or your unchecked promiscuity. Celibacy, no nights in seedy old motel-abacy. It make da-da-da-da jealousy, or da-da-da-da, or try celibacy today. I guess when you practice too much celibacy, you start to lose some brain cells. Or maybe when you practice not enough celibacy, you could also lose some brain cells. It's in a nutshell celibacy, although it couldn't be compelibacy. A certain kind of personalibacy thrives on celibacy, it's true. So don't feel blue or weird, take it from me. I once thought love was immortalibacy, but now I know that was a fallacy. Only celibacy endures. Of this I'm sure, so if your co-unit is tired of doing it, or she's grossed out by your fantasies, or if he wants to, but not with you, or maybe one of you has got a disease, it's just as well of a see. The future's always unforetellable-see, so make the present really swell-a-see. Get mellow-a-see, celebrate, don't delay, try celibacy. You might as well have a see, try celibacy today. You can always change your mind tomorrow.
When are you going to sing more?
Bravo, thank you. Oh, that made me laugh. That's great. Thank you very much. Our next performer is Jan Luby from Rhode Island. Jan, please step up to the microphone. You'll just have to unmute. There you go.
There you go.
So we start
Actually,
by giving a little
awesome.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying, Marcy, that was awesome, and I'm so sorry to get here so late. I didn't get the second email, so I didn't have a link. But this isn't a new song because the last couple times I did new songs. So I'll just do it. I think it's self-explanatory. And when I was a child, I colored grass orange, the princess's hair light green. I was told the sky isn't red, but I knew what I'd seen. They said clouds are white, the sky is blue, the sun is yellow when it shines, and you should always be more careful to color out inside the lines. Coloring outside the lines, outside the lines, with my heart wide open to all I might find, coloring outside the lines. And I made friends of different colors. Some thought I'd crossed a line, still so dear, 50 years and counting, these forever friends of mine. And I joined people out taking chances, making a world of their design. Seems there are more and more people outside the lines, coloring outside the lines, outside the lines, with our hearts wide open to all we might find, coloring outside the lines. Here's a song to the ones who don't follow, who listen to a voice their own. Well, you tell them that they can't make a difference. They're busy growing the seeds they've sown, coloring outside the lines, outside the lines, with our hearts wide open to all we might find, coloring outside the lines, with our hearts wide open to all we might find, coloring outside the lines.
Bravo.
Thank you.
Wow, Jan, thank you. I get to comment on this one, actually. It's fascinating how this thought of like being coloring outside the lines is such a powerful metaphor to think about, like children, you know, because like that's like, oh, I have my own idea of how I want to color in school or whatever, and so I'm going to color however I want, and then it says, but then like I guess that's the thing teachers do, right? They say, no, you got to color inside the lines, and then it becomes this big metaphor for like conformity. And I loved the image about the garden, like they're busy tending the seeds they sowed outside the lines. That image stuck with me.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jan. What year did you write that?
Oh gosh, I wrote it a couple of weeks after Pete Seeger died.
Okay.
So is that, I've lost track of how many years ago that was.
He died in January 2014.
Okay, so yeah, so it was a couple of weeks after that, and I had a theme. The theme that I had to write on was stepping over the line, and I really wanted to write a song that was sort of in the spirit of Pete. So that's what happened with that.
Very nicely done. Thank you.
I'll mute myself.
Thanks a lot, Jen.
Thanks, Ben.
Yeah. So anyway, you heard Paul McKenna do the song earlier about to the Surfin' USA Chuck Berry melody, and so he's really quite a parody writer, and it was a real pleasure earlier this spring to actually collaborate with him on writing this parody. Not really a parody; it's more of a repurposed song. So it's the original song was written by Harry Stamper, who was a very active member of the Longshoremen Union, and the original song was called "We Just Come to Work Here, We Don't Come to Die," and it was really about the kind of labor conflict between the Longshore Union on the one hand and the bosses who run the docks, you know, a lot of workplace safety issues coming up in those settings where workers are unloading ships. Huge ships, but it was such a good repeating line. I think we just come to work here, we don't come to die. That Paul McKenna came up with the idea of how we could use that actual line to write a whole new song about what's happening in the pandemic, particularly with healthcare workers. I've done a little bit of work over the years with nurses unions singing on the picket lines when nurses go on strike, demanding safe staffing, demanding better wages. And now they're demanding the most basic of things, personal protective equipment to keep them protected from a virus that we actually know how to protect people from. But, you know, we have a failed state that doesn't do it. So that's the idea here. I've shared the lyrics. Hope you all see it. We just come to work here. We don't come to die. I've been working as a registered nurse for 28 trying years. I've had good days and I've had bad days when I left the job in tears. But I've never seen times like these when every day our lives are on the line. We just come to work here, we don't come to die. Each morning now, when I get to work, I step into a damn war zone. There's so many sick and so few staff at our hospitals and nursing homes. We're working without the proper protection and improvising on the fly. We just come to work here, we don't come to die. So as you avoid exposure in your office enclosure where you're comfy and safely removed, and you order us a shipment of the wrong equipment, pardon me if I'm not moved. Now I'm not saying that you don't care, I'm not saying that you don't try. I'm saying we just come to work here, we don't come to die. The virus hit 5 months ago, since then we've been overwhelmed. We're looking to the feds to help us out, but there's no one at the helm. Instead of facing the painful truth, they procrastinate and lie. Tell them we just come to work here, we don't come to die. When I chose to become a nurse, I knew there'd be a sacrifice of time at home and peace of mind, but not of my own life. You say I signed up for this, but that's a claim I have to qualify by saying we just come to work here, we don't come to die. We all appreciate the recognition and the cheers that fill the air. From balconies all around this city, it's nice to know that people care. But to do our jobs and protect ourselves, we need action from on high. We just come to work here. We don't come to die. And if it's your direction that I risk infection with a shabby and worn out mask, and if you tell me it's okay to wear the gown from yesterday, buddy, you can kiss my ass. So here I stand with my fellow workers, 6 feet apart, but side by side. We're saying we just come to work here. We don't come to die. We're saying we just come to work here, mister. We don't come to die. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Ben. I have to say I've known both Ben and Paul McKenna for about 10 years, and I've been for a long time just appreciative of the ability that they both individually have of writing great parodies that can be used by movements and social change. And Paul is very, very good at it, and so is Ben. I remember Ben singing a song about student loan crisis to the tune of 16 tons. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I gotta stay. I owe my soul to Sally Mae.
I remember that one, yeah.
So many really good things, and parodies are such a wonderful thing to use because the melodies are instantly known to a lot of people, and on this one it's just really, really poignant because I don't know about other people, but I get irritated by all the banners that are saying like thank you essential workers, not just nurses, but the people that are delivering your groceries and working in different things and having to be handing out food, and it's like all this appreciation, and it's just like nobody wants to pay a living wage, and it's just sort of highlighting how useful the people that work at McDonald's are and how useless CEOs are. So I think this song itself, just we just come to work here, we don't come to die, is just so important right now, and not just for the nurses, but I think this was written specifically for the nurses, and I think that's particularly poignant because they're the most exposed directly to the risk, because they're dealing mainly with people that have the virus and everything. And I just love it. I think it's a great parody by two of the best parodists that I know, and we have another one in this called Paul Kaplan. I think is I've known him for about the same amount of time, and he's come up with many, many good parodies, and I think that's just such a wonderful way to highlight a social issue in a way that's immediately familiar to everyone.
Thanks so much, Steve, for stepping in there and completing the circle of appreciation, which we've now completed. Thank you.
And don't forget Bob Blue.
Bob Blue, no doubt.
No doubt.
Well, so it's I think we're coming to the end here. So what I have to say by way of parting words is we are going to be posting a lot more events coming soon. We're trying to keep this process going. Tell people about these song swaps. Of course, you can share them on Facebook and all that kind of thing if you do Facebook, which not everybody does, and that's fine. But I think with that, I will stop the live stream, encourage folks to check out peoplesmusic.org and think about getting involved in the People's Music Network. And if folks would like to stick around on the Zoom call, we're going to have a little chance to sort of share perspectives, share gratitudes, and share ideas for the future. Thanks all. See you next time.